figure in marriage we are one. Make Oluwa bless our union so that we can be fruitful. If any be a coming, follow me, the lover of my soul. If Lodu mami ye o, Dakun ma she fi mi sile lo.
Having people joining in, thank you very much. You welcome everybody that is joining. So we are taking it afresh, please, because we still have our time right now. So our time starts reading right now. 1 hour start reading right now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. God bless you.
Otaru Toyin, thank you very much. Now, let's go back to what we were discussing before. You said the question was, we will go back to the very first question. So that because of the people that are just joining.
You're welcome.
Now, what is your own opinion of the fact that the woman is a breadwinner? What is your own belief about it? We are starting back from the basis. You and madam, we have to tell us one word: good, bad, horrible, not acceptable, I don't ever want it. Whichever, just one word.
Not in this generation, just
not in this generation. Just one word.
It's acceptable. Why are you looking at me?
She has copied my answer.
Acceptable.
She copied my answer from the last time. Okay, I will change the answer script now. I mean the question.
Okay, let's listen, sir.
All right.
Well, for me, I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent.
I love that. So to mommy, it is okay. For you, you are indifferent. Either way, either you or mama, anybody could be the breadwinner. As long as the bread is won and is on the table for us to eat.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
So Mary, you're welcome.
Yeah, we have people joining in right now. Thank you, everybody that is joining in.
Sir, you have to come closer. Read your comments, sir.
Okay.
You have to come closer to the screen.
Yes, we are adjusting now. Better now?
Yeah, people want to see your face.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see the comments too.
Somebody said, I don't know what is going on. The network is not letting me enjoy this conversation. Okay. Whatever the case may be, God is in control. By the end of today, we hope to have this also on the YouTube. So if you join late or you are unable to enjoy it the way you want, you definitely have it on our YouTube page where you can sit down with a cup of popcorn and some drinks, a glass of juice, and enjoy it again. Smart advisor, you are welcome.
Brian, you're welcome. God bless you.
Brian, you are welcome. Now we move to the next question quickly, without much ado. Is anything wrong with the woman being richer than the husband? Now, knowing fully well that the extremists, the people that we call the traditionalists, believe that it shouldn't be that way. Even in the Bible, it was said that women should take the back seat. Nowadays, we have women teaching where it's a topic for another day. But despite that fact, we are having influx of women into many enviable positions now. We are having a lot of liberty given unto them. As a family, we are asking the Omogeate this evening, do you agree that it is good for women to be richer than their husbands? Do you have anything against a woman being richer than her husband?
No, I don't have anything against it. I believe.
Now, Mama, you're a woman.
Obviously, she will not have anything. You will not have anything.
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong in it.
I love that.
As long as the
woman is richer or a breadwinner in the family, I think it's an opportunity for her to assist the family. That is just an opportunity for her, and it's an empowerment for her too. So she should make good use of it. So there's nothing wrong with her being the breadwinner. It's just an agreement between her and her spouse.
Okay.
That's great.
I'm loving that. So, sir, your own opinion,
for
sir.
me, this beautiful, lovely woman, richer than me, is an added advantage.
Wow.
It's an added advantage.
I love that. I love that reasoning.
Wow, that's great.
It's a win-win situation. However, when the woman tends to earn more than the man, I think we're looking at two scenarios here, where the man is not working at all, or the man is working but the woman is earning more. You see, there are a lot of factors that tend to play out here. The upbringing of the man and the woman, the opportunities they've been exposed to. Grace is also different for each person.
Yes.
You see, a man that was born without a spoon, getting married to a woman with a golden spoon, you see.
Not even sleep back.
You see, there's this analogy where the man is expected to maybe double in efforts to make sure he meets up. But one key thing in marriage I've been able to deduce over the years is mutual understanding, communication, and respect. So with that, I don't have a problem that my wife earns more than me. In fact, I actually push her to even want to earn more than like me. I don't care. The fact remains, it's coming to the family. You leaving inheritance for your children. That's my focus.
Wow, that is loaded. And I must admit that I like the way you put it, sir. It is coming. The baseline is it is coming to the family. After the bread is being won, where is it coming to? It's still coming to our table. And together we can leave inheritance for the children. I believe a lot of families needs to come around and watch some of this, because of recent we've been having a lot of issue with men dominance over women. People believe that women shouldn't even be in the forefront of anything. When we are growing up, they used to say the women place is in the kitchen. Even if you have masters plus PhD plus everything, you still take it back to the kitchen. Now, we have another question coming in before we put the one we are going to ask right now. It says, can I have it? I'm coming. Okay. Can we talk about how men have been conditioned to be breadwinner? Do they, 1 minute, said, can we talk about how men have been conditioned to be breadwinner? Do they go through any kind of emotion when the women earn more?
I think, okay.
So the question is, we have been conditioned as men to be breadwinner. What are those emotions that we go through when it is opposite to what we are used to?
Sorry, I would want to make reference to the Bible and how many people tend to, twist the Bible to suit their narrative oftentimes. You see, when the Bible says with the head, it was a pronouncement. Also, the woman was made for a purpose, to help, to support. Oftentimes, I look at the man, you're the head, but the woman is the neck. The head cannot sit on the shoulders. There's no direction, no movement. There are other times I look at the man as a gardener. When you want to know how good a garden is, you go to the garden. If a gardener wants to tell you, I'm looking for a job, you say, show me your garden. You see, so when the man has been placed as the head of what? In what regard is he the head? Is he only about money? Can he not be the head of cooking the most delicious food at home?
Wow!
Men will not like to hear this, sir. But it's just the truth. And it's
Go ahead. I'm enjoying this.
You know, first of all, when I started, I said something about it has a lot to do with our upbringing. You know, growing up, my mom always told me or told us that I don't have a male child, I don't have a female child, I have children.
Yeah.
So I was made to cook, do dishes, do whatever anybody could do. You see, but now in the future, fast forward to the university days, that helped me. I know a lot of friends that I made because I knew how to cook. I knew the number of times that when the money finishes, you can cook. And that doesn't stop me today from telling my wife, like, okay, I think about 2 or 3 occasions now, I've said Saturday morning, you people have to wake up to eat because I will do the food.
Well done, sir. A round of applause for you, sir.
Enough respect.
These are all bordered around understanding. Understanding. And at the same time, some men tend to put that pressure on themselves, saying I'm the head. Because I'm the head, I have to do everything. But you're forgetting that you have a supporter that has been created for you. It could be that she's the one to maybe, sorry, I would digress again to one of the times we had Ask Fellowship, and I made mention of something saying when my salary comes in, sometimes my wife knows the same time I know. And there was uproar, like, how will she know your salary? How will she know how much you earn? I was like, okay, that's my family. It's the way I work and operate. Everything we discuss here is not a one-size-fits-all for all homes. Because I know when I have money, I can be walking on the street and say, oh, I don't like the way that person's shoe is dusty. Take money, go and buy a new shoe. I don't like the way this is going on. Take this, do that, do that. And at the long run, you come back, you don't even have money with you. You don't have what you're falling back at. But one thing she does is she knows how to look at the loopholes and say, okay, sit down, we need to do budget. Let's make this budget. We're going to stick with this budget. True, and then this is where we're going to nip that. But I can say, no, I'm the head. You can't tell me I'm going to spend my money. Moreover, I think another issue is that some men are scared to let their wives know what they earn because they feel they will use them. These all borders on communication and trust again.
Yeah.
You see, so when you look at understanding your spouse, what are they bringing to the table? Breadwinner. Is it only money? What if you have bread and you don't have tea to eat the bread? Or there's nothing to use to eat the bread?
Well,
you eat only bread like that.
Not just, sadness.
What if she's the butter for the bread?
Wow.
What if
Another
after you've earned all the millions you want to earn and you don't know how to invest this money? There are rich people that waste their money in clubs and doing all of these things. So see, the caveat head to me doesn't necessarily mean the money. Doesn't necessarily mean what an African man would look like. Look at the head being. To me, it's a spiritual responsibility to be able to channel your home towards God's purpose and God's will. And how do you do that? You should be the one to lead the spiritual warfare in your home. You should be the one to provide if you can. If you can't provide, you should be the one to do all you could do. I don't want to overflog this issue, and I believe other people have other questions and there are other points.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Sister Funmi asked one question. It's not a question, she really put a comment I want to read out. You might not know the true picture of a woman until she gets the power, money inclusive. But for a God-fearing woman, nothing changes. Thank you very much, Sister Funmi. I really believe, and I believe that is what the Omogiatis are driving at. There is, it doesn't have any difference whether the woman has the money or the man has the money. Now, we are still going to come back on this program one of these days because you touched a point that is becoming more like a war now. That headship is headship completely.
Yeah.
When you are the head, the wife is supposed to follow you sheepishly. That's the word of the argument from one of the fans that it almost turned to Royal Rumble anyway. That the wife is supposed to follow sheepishly. And we talk about these women too much. Why do we have to give them power and space like that? According to Proverbs 31:10 and a lot of reading, I don't want to go too much into that. Now, we are talking about wanting, and the follower actually said one word, which I want to put out right. He said, in my own house, I am the lawmaker, the dictator.
Yeah, and once I make
rule, you must accept whether it is okay for you or it is not okay for you. At a point, we are still going to read some of those texts. Maybe not today, maybe in one of the programs. But it boils down to what you are saying, the mentality of the people.
Yeah.
I am trying to pull out a set of people for people to see now. And you know the reason why? These are the set of people that I can vouch for, that they are enjoying the marriage. You know, people have come to believe the lordship of man in marriage, believing that the head is just the head. And my last quote was, without the body, the head is meaningless. You are called a husband because you have a wife. If you don't have a wife, you are a man. The title or the appellation husband stands there because there is a woman that is called wife. Every king that is worth its honor must have a queen to reign with.
True.
If you don't have a queen, you are a useless king. When Vashti messed up, Esther has to replace, because no matter what the case may be, the man is a ruler over how many kingdoms, as the Bible says. But without a queen, she's still nothing. It's still nothing without a queen. So that goes for that, and that's why we say that will be for another day. Let me quickly go to the next one.
You have a valid point, sir. Yeah, thank you, the smart advisor. Rema, SeyiFunmi, thank you. Wow, this is what's open.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, another question. Can a woman truly know everything the man is earning, especially if he is a businessman?
I think we are going to leave our question because this is part of why the program is. Let's flow with what they have right now.
Yeah. Can a woman truly knows what the husband is earning, especially if the man is a businessman?
The beauty of that question, when I saw it, I smiled. You see, you anchoring it on business, right? How does that businessman know he has made profit or loss? Because he makes his own calculation.
Yeah.
Those calculations, he knows, okay, this is what I've sold, this is what I've earned, this is the cost price, this is the profit. Okay, with this profit, I'm going to keep this aside to recycle and, expand the business. So as a businessman, you can do audit to know how much you've earned. You're definitely not going to be running to the market or to do some certain things without calculating the risk and the cost involved in running that particular project or something you're doing. So you definitely will know what you earn. I believe that answers the question.
Yeah, you definitely knows what you earn. Even if you don't know the exact amount, you have a rough estimate of what you are earning. And when you know that, you should be able. By the way, it's not a must you explain what the gain is. Let the woman know the totality of the business. And when he does, she is even a good accountant and can help you even calculate more than you do. It boils down to one thing: the ability to communicate and to be faithful to your partner. Before I ask the next question, I will say this. Okay? Please
I
go ahead.
want to throw something in there. That can a woman truly know everything? To portray the points you raised just now. The woman knowing everything, it's one thing. The woman being carried along is another thing. You see, women are very, very sensitive. No matter how smart the man thinks he is,
Round of applause for the women.
They observe when they're quiet. When they're quiet doesn't mean they don't have what they want to say, you see.
That is it.
But they're observing. They're observing. Have you ever had your brain cracking to sort out an issue and then you involve your wife and you see a whole new dimension entirely, completely different
casually, without much stress.
We built to focus on something. Women can multitask, but men are just, I'm chasing this thing, I'm going after this thing. But women are the ones that look at the holistic view. So when you say, can she truly know what you earn? The fact that she knows that you've gone to the market to buy this for this amount, you sold this for this amount, she's not really interested in the nitty-gritty of what you've earned. But she is carried along is a key thing. I think that was a good thing I should point out, that it's not necessarily you submitting your check or your account book to them to say, vet it and see. I guess that answers it. Thank you.
All right. Okay. The next question is money is our money.
That was just a comment.
But my money is my money. That's another story. Actually, we've discussed about that before. And without much ado, we'll move into the next line because there are one or two things that I want us to look into critically.
Women believe we have equal rights.
Yeah, women believe we have equal rights. We've talked about it.
No, Mom Forever is asking that women believe we have equal rights. Is that true, Ma?
Ma? Mom Forever is asking the question that do we women believe that we actually have equal rights?
With men.
With men, we women.
Are you
equal rights based on understanding or equal rights in the aspect of God giving us rules, and I don't think they are equal. But comparing to the human race, I think we should be equal in the aspect of running our homes. So running our homes, we should be equal in everything,
including money.
Including money, because
money, women should be more. We should be the what?
So what you are saying, if I
Madam is saying we should not be equal when it concerns money.
Has to, right?
Equal
witness, right?
That's your question. I don't want to answer it.
The aspect of
that your question.
What?
Hello?
That your question. I want to answer is that with money. Including money? No.
Why?
Because women should have more portion of money than the men.
So
we are the last born, God's creation. The last born of God's creation.
All right.
Just on the joking side anyway. Yes, okay. Based on mutual understanding, anybody can be the breadwinner. Okay, that one's good. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Mom Forever. God say a man should love the wife and the woman to submit to the husband. But nowadays, majority of the women find it difficult to submit, all in the name of equity. All in the name of equity.
But this is another.
This will be another thing entirely.
For another day.
I think, Mom Forever, we are going to dwell into that topic. Somebody can please help us to do the screen snap of that. I want that topic to be written down right now. Whoever is watching at home, we can't really do the screen snap now. Screen snap that question for us, and we will talk to Mom Forever later to bring that question.
Yeah.
That nowadays, what is happening? Because I said before,
marriage.
that is for another time.
Day, yeah.
Now we'll go to the next one before I ask the question. No matter how much a woman earns, more than man, she should honor and respect him as the head of the home. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. I will ask the next one, please. From your own perspective, sir, Amma, do you believe it is possible for a woman to be a breadwinner and still be submissive? I know we've answered the question somehow before, but the people are asking the question again. If women are breadwinner, can they be submissive? In true means of being submissive. Sister Fumi said with godly women, it is possible. So I want to ask the question, is it really possible for a woman truly to be submissive, being the breadwinner?
Uncle Neil, you're welcome, sir.
To me, submissiveness is a matter of choice of the heart. So as you are working or the breadwinner of the family, that does not mean you should not be submissive to your husband, because he's the head. You should always respect him, honor him, serve him as your hero. Listen to him. It doesn't matter whatever he says, you must respond. So as a breadwinner, we should, as a child of God and as a woman of God, you should be submissive to your husband.
All right. Thank you, madam.
These questions are more.
The questions are coming more for you today. All right. Let's Oga answer the question briefly more. And then we'll move to the next question from the screen.
Why is it that some husbands are not
comfortable
with, I think we answered that question earlier.
With their wife.
The wife being the breadwinner,
okay,
right?
That's what, when we said it's a case of
I think
upbringing.
she's talking about career or something like that. Sir, can you read the question there?
I can't see it here now. Okay, why is it that some husbands are not comfortable or supportive to their wives in their
career or something like that?
How can she be a cook, cleaner, nanny, mom, wife, driver for school runs and still keep a decent job? All right. When we started, I made mention of something about mutual understanding, communication. You see, I've seen people where I've experienced, where the woman is the breadwinner, or sometimes a single mom being the one responsible for the family, doing all of these. But when the man is in the equation, this quickly changes, and things quickly turns around for clarity. The husband is an individual who was brought up by a family with certain values and certain, cultural infusions done wherever, who became an adult, and the woman followed suit the same way, found each other, and they got married. Where communication comes in is to be able to find common ground where we meet, to see our differences, where we will work to manage these differences. And at the same time, not forgetting that the modern day family has nothing like the man's job or the woman's job. With love, mutual understanding, then it's a collective effort for success. Then there is knowing your place. When you know your place, you will know this is love and this is where I need to come in. In business, it's called division of labor. But if you do division of labor for a man, wallahi, we know how to escape those labor at home. We escape it one way or the other.
No, but you know that the Bible said, whosoever knows what is right and doeth it not, to that person is a sin.
True. But see, it's also there in the Bible that when you want something, I'm paraphrasing now, if you're able to negotiate, you will get it. Seek, you will find. Ask and you will be given. It depends on the way you are asking. So now I'll give an analogy where a woman comes from work and the man is not working at all, and then there's no food at home. Sometimes it's not even cooking rice and stew. It could be just make tea and biscuit, like use it to hold your belly first, relax. We can go out and eat, or I will make something for you. I was doing something. You're not working from January to December. Your wife is working. She come back from wherever she works and comes home, and you expect her to go to the kitchen to cook for you. It's inhumane, I will use the word, because this person in quote is someone's child, someone's daughter before you got married to her. The fact that you're not actually bringing,
There's one of our quotes that says that. Okay.
Sorry?
I said, actually, you're right, sir. There's one of our quotes that says that men should please take care of their wife just as you want your own daughter to be taken care of.
Exactly.
And likewise, women should, to be taken care of, and women should take care of their husband just the way you will like your sons to be taken care of, you know. So
true.
Right. So
when you look at these things, when the woman, you know, actually has gone to fight the fight the man should fight, it's only reasonable for the man to make the home comfortable for her. Not you going about wagging around saying you're the head of the house. Head of what exactly are you? If you're not bringing anything to the table, make the house comfortable. Make the house comfortable for this woman. Now I'm reading the woman is the cook, she's the cleaner, she's the nanny, she's the mom, she's the wife, she's the driver. Then who are you as a man? How are you the head? How? You see these things borders around mutual understanding and love, communication. A man who does not love his wife is not even fulfilling the basic requirement of marriage. A man should love his wife as Christ loved the church and gave his life for it. Then it won't be difficult for the woman to submit. Men always keep it in mind that we are the king, we own the kingdom. Like Mr. Seyi rightly said just now, how can a king have a kingdom without a queen? You see, we all need each other. We need ourselves to run this family, this home front peacefully and collectively to make it comfortable for both of us. You love me, I submit to you. You don't expect me to submit to you first before you love me. No. Come to think of it, she submitted to you by even marrying you in the first place.
Wow.
And you loved her before she even married you. So what's it that love cannot continue? Why can it not continue? Those are the things people should really look at. The marriage does not automatically change her from a human being to a robot. She has her plans, she has her strengths, she has her weaknesses and everything. Yeah. But the fact that she's married to you doesn't mean she should abandon everything. So I think
this table, I hope you won't break it too. Sir, this table you are shaking, I hope you won't break it too.
where you cannot really help, then you can employ someone. That's why we have nannies, we have maids. I don't want to overstretch the matter, I think.
All right. Mom Forever is really active in today's talking. And he said, the next question I want to ask is from Sheila.Franks. He said, can a wife acquire assets/properties with her name and her children's name? Can men truly support their wife to achieve assets more than they can acquire, with jealousy not set in?
Okay. I think this is directed to me.
Yes.
Thank you, Sheila, for this question. Last week, I had a discussion with Madam, and I told her, you have a target by, was it January? Yeah? Yeah, by January, keeping, God willing, everything still the way it is. You must have a landed property in your name.
Wow.
Was the discussion we had last week. And at the same time, these things are not done just because of love.
Vainglory, like your wife belongs.
They done because of the understanding that there is partnership. You see, and whatever she has, even though I can't say it's mine, but can the kids not say it's theirs?
Sure. They will. Sure. 100%. And the kids are directly from you also.
Why would I be scared of her getting things in her name and, in quote, our children's name, and then I'll be jealous and scared? then I need to check my own self. And at the same time, the partners in that relationship need to check themselves, because there's definitely a break in communication somewhere, where the break in communication has given room for biased thinking and understanding, where you think you're being robbed of something you actually need to be done. I believe assets should be something you plan towards the children's future, not really because of you. Whatever you invest in today, the end point is not keeping your name on it or boasting rights. No, it's making life easier for the children, so their own children will have life easier when they are also living too. Most of us did not inherit anything. We didn't get anything from our parents. I was looking at an interview or a documentary today where the individual said, this is the only generation where the parents are inheriting from the children, not the children inheriting from the parents. That this is the generation. So when you look at these sayings, it only comes to mind that you need to correct it. So there's transgenerational wealth. Without understanding, you will not think your wife is a competition. I hope that answers the question, though.
Yes, it does. And I want to say this. I believe we should talk more about this, because the level of miseducation going on among men is appalling. Honestly. Some men are too down to earth, believing that the woman amounts to nothing. And most of the time, why these people are not having a better marriage in life is that they never give room to understand that the women are much more important than they think they are. Until you accept that your wife can make or marry you, you are in for trouble in life. I'll put this as an example. Your wife can give you an advice just within 1 minute that could shoot you into limelight and could shoot you into stardom. Or it could withdraw that advice from you, knowing fully well that it could help you, just because she doesn't want to do anything. And that's why you have to be very careful how you treat them. Because no matter how good the head is, there is a Yoruba saying that the moment the head leaves the body, there is nothing called human being again. The head itself cannot survive without the body. And the body, the entirely an entity called the body itself, is useless without the head sitting on it. This quote has brought a lot of controversy to me of recent, that we need one another for survival.
True.
For procreation. Kingdom work God endow us with, we need one another. I will move to the next question quickly because of our time. And the question says, yes, we won't be having enough time today. The question says, is it proper? Please, this is practical now, sir. Is it proper for a man to help with a house chore because the wife is a breadwinner?
I think starting from me answering that question, is it proper for a man to do house chores at all? Let's remove the caveat of being a breadwinner.
Okay.
So why is there the word proper there? I don't understand. Before he got married, was he not cooking to eat? Was he not washing his clothes? Was he not taking care of himself?
All right.
I don't. So the fact you married automatically makes the woman your laundryman, your cook, gardener, driver, everything.
Wow.
To me, that's not the rationale behind marriage. The rationale behind marriage is, I'm happy, you are happy, let's come together and be happier with understanding. We're going to have kids. We're going to plan towards raising them. We're going to know how we're going to raise them. And then we're going to plan for the kids' future. So the least of the issue is washing plates or sweeping the house or mopping.
Okay.
Also, don't forget that with understanding, if the woman sees that this man is not always at home, she will know what to do. Same way, if the woman is not at home and the man is at home, he will know what to do to keep the home running. And let's not also forget, you also get maids. You can also get a maid. You can also get companies to come in to clean the house and
Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Educated
house help. I don't know who said that. Educated house help.
Pretty palm.
Pretty palm. Okay. We are going to move quickly into the next one because we won't be able to finish this question. We won't. Okay, we enter late. Okay. I'm trying to look at the time. Now, the next one, Oni, can you read it? No, question number, I think, number 7. Is it number 7?
Number 6. No doubt, if the woman is a breadwinner, there will be a lot of others' opinion and negative news around the wife. How can the family cope with such scenario? For instance, do you understand the question, sir?
I think I do, but I think you can throw more light for better understanding.
All right, what we're saying is, the moment the woman is the breadwinner, a lot of tongue will start wagging. A lot of people are going to be saying a lot of things. And there will be jealousy, there will be a kind of, people just want to spoil your wife for you, just because it's the breadwinner. Now, how can you cope as the husband with this kind of scenario when they keep throwing things at you? She went for a business meeting, and all they can tell you is that she's going to do something not right. But you won't be able to talk because she's bringing the money home to you. Those are the kind of talk. How can a man manage this kind of scenario?
Please read my comments.
Okay. A woman who is the breadwinner, and then people in quotes, outsiders are talking and laying claims and counter claims. First of all, I will digress a bit again to the marriage day. You see, the marriage day, there are about 6 people that are or let me just add one person if it's a white wedding, 7 people that are very, very important. The woman, the man's father, the man's mother.
Well, we can't seem to hear you. It's fading, coming in and going. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I said there's about 7 people important in a marriage on the marriage day. On the marriage day.
On the marriage
the man, which is the groom,
one,
and the woman, her father, her mother, his father, his mother, and whoever is joining them. Every other person there do not have a say in that marriage.
Wow.
In quotes, do not have a say in stopping or doing anything about that marriage. And the moment they get married, you see those other 7 people I counted, it reduces to 2. The man and the woman are the only people that have themselves and counsel. They are the ones that have the right to invite anybody to make comments about their marriage. They are the ones that also have the right to stop anybody making any comments and nipping it in the bud. What do these comments do? It plants a seed that makes the man think and start generating and seeing faults and loopholes. The moment you hear something and you confront your wife and you ask your wife, if you think it's necessary. Now, being that she's the breadwinner, she needs to travel, she needs to do this. Come on, you didn't just see her today and got married to her. Before you even got married to her, most likely you knew she would be the breadwinner. Sometimes circumstances make the woman become the breadwinner. But in the core thing here is communication. Once the communication is intact, you see, communication, begets trust. When they communicate, the trust level increases. Because I'm trying to rack my brain why someone who doesn't really know your family will come to you and start telling you things about your wife, and then you take such thing to start, thinking to make the decisions about probably a woman that has given you kids, a woman that even cooks your food or would even, knows you in and out. So someone who doesn't even know a tinkling of an idea of how the house runs, okay, will come and then deposit and then they go. We've seen a scenario where friends of the wife has come to deposit whatever they came to deposit, okay, and then they left. Behind the woman's back, they were wanting to go out with the man.
Wow.
If these two people were not communicating, how then would they be able to know what's really the end game? So infidelity in our society could be treated, rumors of infidelity in the marriage flying around about families is something that could be treated with just the two people sitting down to communicate and talk, because those trusts would have been built over time because they talk to each other. They know their weaknesses. They understand themselves, rather than assumptions created by the people outside to start using those to judge the very person that okay. After God, your spouse is the next person that can change your destiny.
God bless you. God bless you.
That's a great word.
That's a great word.
Yeah.
I want to talk about a comment by Mom Forever.
He said, please read my
but he said, please read my comment. But before I talk about this comment, I want to say this word. Please, if you are coming to this program with a mindset that can be changed, then it's not useful for you. When you give a comment, don't conclude on the comment by yourself. Mom Forever, can you please listen to me carefully? She said, when the woman is the breadwinner, he said, when the woman is the breadwinner, the man have to be submissive to the woman indirectly. Now, that is his own comment. But one thing he said is take it or leave it, which means believe it or not, that is the final. Mom Forever, please, nothing is ever final in life. Everything we do has a beginning and end and middle of it, and things could change between the beginning and the end during the middle.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, if you can't unlearn what you've learned, there won't be any room for you to relearn something. Because the brain has a capacity, the level it is. Everything in life has a capacity. If you have filled the capacity with whatever you've learned and you can't unlearn, then you won't be able to relearn. Now, having said that, now back to you, sir. The question is, will the man be indirectly submissive to the man, to the woman, if she is the breadwinner? Do you believe in that?
What's being submissive? My question is, what's being submissive? Being submissive doesn't make the spouse, like I said, a robot, where you giggle in, giggle out, like garbage in, garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you take in is processed and brought out. No, these are individuals who are married. They process information. What makes her submissive is the love you've given to her. Oftentimes, I tell close friends that, see, if you have a relationship with your spouse, the best you can do is open a bank account in her memory where you deposit good memories. Yeah. Because when the going gets tough, that's where she goes to withdraw good memories to remember, I have to let go of whatever has happened that is wrong now. Yeah. If there are no good memories, if there are no memories at all, you don't go out for lunch or dinner, you don't talk, you don't dance together, you don't do anything, then there could be issues, you see. And then there's also the aspect where, why are we focusing on submission? Why are we not focusing on love? Why are we not focusing on discussion, communication? Why are we focusing on submission? Isn't that oppressive already to an adult who has the potential to leave you because she's the breadwinner and take care of her kids without you, the man, and go with your submission now? Enjoy your submission in an empty house where the woman is not there. Yes, she can leave.
It's not the mentality, right?
Wow.
But these are not the Christian marriage that we look at. The Christian marriage is based on the biblical principles of love your wife will be submissive, should be submissive. Now, a woman who is a Christian will be submissive either way. But how do you even know how much your husband wants you to be submissive? Does he want you to be submissive by when you give him water to drink, you will kneel down?
Kneel down. That's it.
Yes, it happened when in our childhood.
Yes.
When you give an elder water to drink, as they are drinking, you kneel down. Is that the kind of submissiveness he's looking for? Even when he's not bringing anything to the table? These are salient points we need to check.
Mr. Beatrice, you're welcome. Oh my God.
Wow.
Like
okay.
This,
maybe we'll still have a part 2 because right now we can't finish. Yeah, I know very well. We can't finish. Everybody listening out to there, we are going to, everybody listening to us, we will be making a little play to the Omogi artists to still find a time to come, if not next week. And if it is possible next week, we will announce. We will still be finding time because there are a lot of questions here. I just want somebody to just please help us to be screen snapping so that we can get the question later. Just be screen snapping for us because we still have to go to that. We still have to go a lot to that. Now, I will say this before asking the next question, who should be the last one for today. I will say this. See, all this submission we are talking about, all this law that we want to make and people should follow. I am going to ask a question to every man hearing me this evening. God gave us 10 commandments. Jesus turned it into 2. Love your neighbor, love your God, the Lord your God, and love your neighbor. Now I'm going to ask a question. For everything God has been asking you to do, as a man who should submit to God, you being the bride of God, as Christ said, how well have you personally submitted to God and to the authority that is upon you before demanding of submission from your wife? Because the Bible says you can't judge any disobedience until your own obedience is perfect. Most of the people asking for this submission are the people that will not listen to an elder even when they are being spoken to. These are the people that are still not doing what God asked them to do. These are the people that do not follow into what the Bible is saying, but you are demanding submission. Can I say something before I ask the next question? Please, let submission be. Let love reign. So, and that goes to my final question for today.
Submission is like announcing the woman that he is man. Okay. Yeah, he does not know.
The smart advisor say demanding submission is like announcing to the woman that he is man.
Who does not know he's a man before?
Who does not know he's a man before?
Yeah,
the next
one. Wow.
Husbands were not created to be submissive.
Husbands were not created to be submitted to their wives. Yeah, I'm trying to read that. But the word submissive is the principal role of woman/wives. That is coming from Sheila France. And the next one.
You are right, the smart advisor,
Yeah.
My comments are not conclusive comments.
Okay. Mom Forever say his comments are not conclusive. Thank you very much. So because
I really want us to deal with this
the way you said it is take it or leave it. And we really have to try it out. That take it or leave it means that whether you accept it or not, that is it. So that's why it looks submissive. Mom Forever. So, and he said his comments are not conclusive.
You know,
okay.
I don't know when this thing is going to start because I don't know
the last question, please, quickly.
I think it's second to the last anyway. But if your wife is the breadwinner, can you manage her business as a full-time job? You know, like, can you support her work? Maybe can you do her business with her? Can you help her?
You know, when I was speaking earlier, I said communication begets trust. And trust begets unbreakable partnership. You see, once that partnership is there and she opens a business and that business is in line with my vision, and at the same time, maybe I don't have what I'm doing at that point in time, and this business is bringing food to the table, by all means, yes. I've seen a man that washes plates in his wife's restaurant. He coordinates washing of plate and does all of that. And I kid you not, that business grew so big that now when you go there, it's no longer, it's now what they call eatery. You see, this man supported the wife, even in washing plates when she was busy cooking and serving. Now they have an eatery, they have employees here and there. Why am I driving her? Yes, I can support her. If I have the time, intellect and everything, and I don't have anything doing, yes, by all means, I can support her vision.
Okay. All right, good. The last question for today, that will be, it has been said that there is an increase in pressure and control from women when they are the breadwinner, which is leading to divorce and sometimes infidelity in the part of men. How true is this statement? Because there is something that was done in Cornell University in USA in 2010, and they consider families like that are between the age of 18 and 28, where the wife is the breadwinner. And they found out that men in that marriage goes like 5 times more being prone to be unfaithful in the marriage than even the woman that is in the marriage. That the men are 5 times more, you know, going to have extramarital affair, despite the fact that the woman is the breadwinner and she's the one doing everything.
Yeah.
So now the question is, will the pressure from the woman not eventually lead the man into doing some of those things he doesn't want to do if he is the breadwinner? Or how can the woman be advised to go subspeda in this case, knowing fully well that the man's ego is already bruised as the woman being the breadwinner?
Why do we think that the woman is oppressing the man by whatever she's doing? Waking up, getting ready and go to work could be psychologically oppressing to a man already. She might not really need to do anything. She might not really need to do anything. Something she would have done if the man was working and the breadwinner could trigger the man to get angry because of the mindset he already has. It's not in it like it's us, we are the ones together. Rather, it's in there like I should be the one, you know, to be this person, not this person being me. Times and seasons happens to us all. You see, opportunities come up, challenges come up. The country we are in now, anything could happen. One moment, you're no longer where you used to be. The next moment, the woman whose salary was maybe half of yours could be the one taking care of the family while you get to do other things you need to do. Partnership is key. Understanding is key. You see.
All right.
So if the man feels his ego is bruised, I'm sorry, that's something he needs to check himself with. But was the woman rude, in quotes? But what was the foundation the marriage was built upon?
Those are our time remain only 28 seconds, and we will have to leave. The last question was, please ask, can a woman take care of the husband family if she is the breadwinner? One word, we are gone. 10 seconds.
The woman can take care of the husband's family if she loves her husband, if the husband loves her.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.